Lenders 20 Questions on Pass-Throughs and K1s, video number 8. What schedules do you need to use from a 1065 or 1120S to calculate business cash flow, either available to pay business debt or available to pay out to the owners? Well, if you don't have the tax returns in front of you, watch the video anyway and I'll sort of draw the picture for you. You might want to watch it again when you do have the tax returns in front of you. Front page is an income statement using tax rolls. First, I get a snapshot, how long it's been in business, type of business, total revenue, total rents, total wages, just get a feel for the business. And I'll do that with each of the 2 or 3 tax returns, each of the 2 or 3 years tax returns that I have. I'll also use the front page primarily for that beginning step of the cash flow document. I'll start with the taxable income and then start making adjustments. Now, what used to be Schedule A, cost of goods sold, in the newer returns has been kicked off to an 1125A. But I will look at cost of goods sold if it's dramatically changed relative to revenue. Schedule B, other information, is helpful on both the 1065 and the 1120S, although they have slightly different pieces of information. They both, though, have a question that basically says, is your company small enough that you don't even have to file the last page of the return, which has the balance sheets, the M1 and the M2 on it? So if they're missing the last page, if you're missing the balance sheets, before you call the borrower and say, gee, I don't have a complete return, look for Schedule B, other information, and find that question. If they've been able to answer yes, then that last page is missing legitimately. Also on Schedule B, other information, if it's a 1065, you'll learn whether it's a general partnership or whether it's a limited partnership. You'll also learn more about the owners, and there's another question that I really like, and I wish they had it on the other returns. On the 1065, Schedule B, other information, there's a question that asks if any of their debt has been restructured or forgiven in the last year. That's a helpful piece of information to have. And then on the 1120S, that's where we find out what type of business they're in. Next is the Schedule K, which has all the income that needs to pass through on the K1s. So it includes the front page operating taxable income, but it's on the Schedule K where you'll find rental taxable income, interest income, capital gains. So do look at the K and see if there are more income or loss items that you should be taking into consideration for cash flow. Then there's Schedule L, balance sheets, which you can use both to do a mental statement of cash flows. Where's the money coming from? Where is it going? But also it's got a spot for a shortcut for debt when you don't have complete information. And one of our other videos in this series covers how you do that shortcut for debt. Then there's a couple of additional forms that might be of interest. Form 4562 is the depreciation schedule, and I can look at that, and so can you if you learn to do it, to figure out what have they bought this year, in what categories, and how much have they spent. And on the back of that depreciation schedule, listed property, which is basically the IRS's list of what they think they might misrepresent or not. Yes, you do add back depreciation, but that doesn't mean there's nothing to learn from the depreciation schedule. And then there's the Form 8825. If they have rental properties, they'll be listed on the 8825 and you can cash flow them there. So that's your quick run through of the schedules necessary to come up with business cash flow available to pay business debt, or business cash flow, part of which is available to give credit to your higher percentage owners. If you enjoyed this information and you would like to receive all 20 free videos of the top questions lenders ask and should ask about business, personal, and global cash flow from Pass-Thru Entities, along with a copy of my tax return analysis quick reference guide, visit the URL on your screen.